The EPA has confirmed that 2024 Model Y performance has 279 miles of range. This is compared to Tesla's initial estimate of 285 miles of range. Yesterday, Lars and Franz revealed to us that the new Model 3 in the US actually is substantially more efficient, but EPA did not really increase its range because they basically changed how they estimate things, but it's actually more efficient than the previous Model 3. So there's a chance that's why the range is lower. It's not necessarily because Tesla made something worse. We just got some new numbers from China. The local sales for the month of February were 30,000. Keep in mind we had the Chinese New Year in February this year and not in January like we did last year, so it would be more accurate to compare February with January of last year, but February has fewer days, so it's also not really a fair comparison. The Tesla Model Y is entering a new market. It will be sold in Malaysia starting next week. This is after 8 months from the moment the sales of the Model Y started in Malaysia. The first deliveries were scheduled to begin in early 2024, so Tesla is right on schedule here. What's a bit weird to me though is that the deliveries of the refresh Model 3 in Malaysia started 4 months earlier before Model Y deliveries. Here's some good news. Tesla Giga Berlin wins dispute over Works Council elections. Despite the opposition of IG Metall, which is the union in Germany, the court ruled that the company could hold elections within the time frame it had previously set. 3 weeks earlier, the labor court in Frankfurt urgently stopped the elections at the request of the union. The union argued that the elections were scheduled by the election commission too quickly. According to them, this, among other things, made it difficult for IG Metall to nominate candidates. So this is good for Tesla because the union is not going to infiltrate Tesla. Back in 2022, only 2,600 employees worked in the factory. Tesla currently employs about 12,500 people, and due to rapidly growing numbers of employees, a new Works Council must be elected to ensure that employees are adequately represented. After the elections, the number of Works Council members will increase from the current 19 to 39. The public prosecutor's office in the eastern German city of Frankfurt have opened a case against the Tesla protesters who set fire to an electrical pole and causing a lot of damage to the Tesla Gigafactory because it's been shut down and it is going to be shut down at least until probably the next Sunday, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. The case focuses on criminal offense of sabotage of infrastructure causing harm to the community. The Tuesday attack on Giga Berlin remains one of the top topics in the German media, and it looks like even if another attack happens in the future, it's not going to really be effective anymore, because one of the things that Germans are discussing is creating this team of emergency responders which would repair critical infrastructure very quickly, almost immediately, making attacks like this basically ineffective. This is good news for Tesla investors. Tesla forces another class action from customers to go to arbitration, which means that Tesla successfully killed a class action lawsuit. It's the second time in a few months that Tesla has managed to do this. With its sneaky arbitration clause, writes Electric, it's not widely known among Tesla owners, but most of them are giving up the right to sue Tesla if an issue arises. Basically, when you order a Tesla, you sign an order agreement and you give up your right to a class action lawsuit, which is what every company that has good lawyers does. So this is not unique to Tesla. The culture in the US is a litigious one. In Europe, lawsuits happen all the time also, but generally the culture is not to sue everyone for anything. Now, it seems to me that the whole lawsuit is centered around the report from Reuters, which supposedly showed how Tesla gamed the system to boost its EPA range estimates. But if you have a problem with these estimates, then you have a problem with EPA and not Tesla. Tesla did not break any rules. Tesla just looked at the system and it positioned itself to take advantage of the system. Complaining about this to me sounds like complaining about someone who, let's say, falls in the tax bracket where they pay 30% tax, and you say, oh, you should pay 50%. I know the law allows you to pay just 30%, but you should pay 50%, and therefore I'm going to sue you for that.